Why is the Algerian War of Independence so important? On November 1st, 1954, the Algerian National Liberation Front, known as FLN, launched a series of attacks on French infrastructure in Algeria, with the call to Muslims in Algeria to join the national struggle for the restoration of the Algerian state. For the French, Algeria was at the heart of its colonial empire. Algeria had a significant number of white settlers who considered themselves to be locals rather than an extension of the colonial empire. This fiction was supported by France, who legally maintained that Algeria was like any other domestic province. In practice, the majority of indigenous Algerians were treated like second-rate subjects instead of citizens. They were kept almost completely segregated from the settlers beyond simple labor work or fodder for French warfare. This is why the French responded to the liberation movement with a brutal anti-insurgency campaign using torture, concentration camps, and mass civilian killings. The FLN fought back on two key fronts, one with guerrilla-style warfare, targeting the French colonial administration, and the second with international diplomacy to gain legitimacy and support. At the same time, the FLN understood the need to take care of the population, so they operated like a shadow state, providing people with healthcare, welfare, and education. The FLN and the Algerians understood that liberation was never going to come through simple negotiation with the colonizer. They had to take matters into their own hands and grasp their liberation. The Algerians showed that liberation is not a gift, rather it is seized by the masses with their own hands. Through the struggle for Algerian liberation, they became a shining light to liberation movements across the world, including supporting many more liberation movements in Africa.